You can say complex. Sending wise very difficult. Even I am not old in the Redux. Okay, I am new only. Recently I have learned. Okay. Recently I have learned. But I understood it's look like easy only. It's not look too complex. So the way, see, the problem is what? When the problem will come in front of us, we need to understand how to approach the problem. Okay, how to approach the problem so that we can get the quick solution plus the right solution. Okay, so problem remains same for many people, but the approach to fix the problem is different. The approach to fix the problem is different. And if you follow the right approach, then you can do easily. You can understand easily. If you follow something a wrong approach, then definitely it will become difficult only. It will become completely surprise. Okay, so let's see. First, you should remember the estate management. You should remember the state management in React.js, what it was holding. If you remember, we remember like we used to create the variable. Inside the variable, we used to store the data. The data we were updating, deleting. If you remember the class component, inside the class component, we have followed the component. We used to follow this dot component. We used to follow this dot set state. We used to follow component in mount. If you remember the functional component, in functional component, we have called use state. We have use effect. Okay, use state, use effect, use params. Those are the no, not use params. Use state. Use state we have using that we maintain the state under the functional component. And we have this dot set state using that we maintain the state management under your class component. Okay, now let me come here to any folder. Okay, hope you are listening properly. Okay, I will go to any folder. Maybe 10 o'clock people. I will go to the 10 o'clock people only. There is a folder called React Project 1. I'll go under the Project 1 folder and I will go under the SRC and I will go to the class component first. Under the class component, we have one state5.js. Let me open that. Look at here. In state5.js, what is happening? We have imported the component class. Why component we have extended imported? Because inside we have some feature we are going to use that. Then while creating the state, you have followed this dot state, and then inside the this dot state, you are reading the data from API. Here get function we have somewhere. Here we have a function called get API. Not this one. Come down. We have function called get item. So from this particular address, we take the data and we give to the state. Response.data will come and it will go to the book list. It will go to the book list. Book list is nothing but it's the array that you have defined inside the state. If you read here. So this class component, state management, you have seen where using the state, we used to maintain the status of a variable, whether we are updating the data, we are deleting the data, we are modifying the data, or what we are doing. That thing we have maintained through the state. Let me open one more component. Okay, maybe state 2 or state 3, state 4 I will open. Let me open both the file. Okay, if I look into the state 3, what we have? We have an array called book. We have one book list, right? Now, under the book list, we have stored some data. Again, we have a function here. With the help of this function, we are saving that new book name under the book list. We are saying this kind of code. I have given the multiple example to all batches, whichever are attending now. So now with the help of state, we are adding the new data under the book list. Now same book list function, same book list variable. If you come down, you can see here we are running under the map function. This dot book list dot map. So overall, the data of state 3 is storing under the current file. Data of the state 3 is storing under the current file, that is called book list. Next, data of State 4 is storing under the another book list, that is called state 4. Here you can see under the book, under the state 4 also I have a book list variable, and under the state 3 also I have a book list variable. Now to maintain the data inside a state under the, 8 seconds, look here, someone is calling. Hello. Wait. Okay, now after that, the data we have three state file. Inside three state file, we are storing the data of state 4 under the state 4 page itself. We are maintaining the data of state 3 under the state 3 itself, and we are maintaining the state data of state 5 under the state 5 itself. It is coming from the JSON file. It's based on API. So state management you are doing both the places. State management you are doing both places. Right? Now, what is the role of the Redux? Redux is like, in your project, there may be multiple components. Okay, and in all components, there can be some common data. Okay, who said? Redux is like, in your project, you may have multiple components. As for example, we have here three components. State 4 and state 3 we have. So we are maintaining the data of state 4 under the state 4 file, and we are maintaining the data of state 3 under the state 3.js file. Like both the file have the data is maintaining separately. Redux is like, suppose in your project you have the 50 component and you want to maintain your data under the state, it's become very difficult in your project level. Redux is like, don't worry, whichever the component you have, you give me the data. Okay, I will keep your data with me, and wherever, whichever the component you want to access, you can access it. So let me open a file now. Who says Redux is like, don't store your data in component wise. In every component, don't create the state. Don't store in the component wise. Because if you want to store the common data in the state 3 also, state 4 also, then what will happen? Your code will be duplicate and your file will be heavy and you will have a lot of complexity to handle the data. So Redux is like, I am a library of JavaScript. React is also a library of JavaScript. So inside the React, instead of storing the component wise, what you do, you give me your data, I will keep your data, and whichever the component you want, I can give there. Like suppose example, under the state 3, under this state 3.js file, we have some data. We will give to Redux. So the complexity of this file will get removed. No need to store here, no need to maintain inside this. Again, under the state 4, we have some data, we will give to Redux. Under the state 5, we have some data, we'll give to Redux. So who will hold all the data? All the data will go to the Redux. Redux is like, your data will be available with me at any time in any component. You can call me, I will give you data. You no need to handle your data separately in each component. Okay. So what will happen? Your complexity will get reduced, and instead of maintaining the data everywhere, you will store one place. That is the one concept. Now let's see how the Redux is going to work. Redux we are going to learn not directly with the React. Most of the people have done on internet the same. Okay, they have teach the Redux directly with the React. Number one, React is complex. Number two, Redux is very complex. Now complex and very complex you mix together, 99% people will get confused. Okay, but my formula is different. My formula is, I have given you already idea of React, how React works, state management you have seen. Now I will be teaching you separate Redux. Redux is a library of JavaScript. Without React also we can implement it. Okay, separate we can implement. So my methodology is, first I will teach you Redux separately. There you will understand, yes, how to store, how to fetch, how to delete, how to maintain the data on Redux level. Once you understand that point, right, I'll give you some assignment also. You should be able to do that. Okay. So once you understand the Redux is separate out of the React, okay, React is separate and Redux is separate. So most of the people, 95% people, everyone, not everyone will mix both together. And complex and very complex two things mixed together, it will become difficult to understand. Okay, so I found some other way. Let's do one thing. first learn the Redux separate. After learning the Redux separate, we will understand the functionality of the Redux, how it works, we will understand their internal structure. And after that, we will merge with the React. Okay, then it will be quick to understand and you will not face much difficulties. Okay, so first let me go now. I have designed one photo for you. Let me show you the photo first. Okay, and then we will discuss on Redux level. Okay, how that works inside. Where are your photo? Redux. Okay, here is the Redux. This photo I made today only. Let me open this photo. Okay, see this photo. Data flow in Redux. This photo is completely different than the internet what people have made. Something concept is same, but the design is different. Okay, see. This is the user. User will come and he will open a page. User will come, user will open a website. User will open a page. Okay, and that page is made using Redux. So what will happen inside? Okay, user will come and he will open a website and that particular page is made based on Redux. So what will happen inside? User has come to the page, so we need to display something. Now how to display something, that we have already learned. HTML, CSS, bootstrap part we have learned already. That is called view part. Okay, view part means display part. User will come and when we display some data, user will do some kind of action. What user will do? Let me open this website. I open this website. Let me go to some other website. Info campus website. Let me open. Okay. Let me open one more website. Info campus, close it. Let's open something else. Flipkart. FLIP. Okay. So user, I am the user. I am opening a website. And suppose this Flipkart homepage is made using Redux. Okay, so when the page open in front of me, this page is called as a view part, where data is displaying. As a developer, you understand better. Okay, view part. Now user want to do some action. So what action will be done by user? User will search here. User will click on login. User will click on add to cart. User can go to the more. User can go to the travel. User can click on grocery. User can come down. User can do something. That is, so whichever the activity is being done by user, that is going to call as a action. Okay, like suppose if I click on this plant. So when I click it, it's called the action. Now after clicking, what will happen? That is the next thing. But user is clicking here, that's going to call it the action. Look at here in this page. User has come, user interaction happened to the view, and inside the view, user is going to do some action. What will be the action? For example, I have given user want to add something, user want to update something, user want to delete something. Okay, user is going to do some action. He will fill the form, click on add button. That's called add action. User will do a edit and he will do the update. That's called update action. User will do the delete. It's called a delete action. Action can be anything. It's not predefined action. Okay, activity of the user can be anything. Now what we are going to do, when the user will come and he will open the page, user will view something, that is called view area, and user will do some interaction over there. So interaction will be called as an action. While interacting, he will add the data, he will delete the data, he will update the data. Now let's see how the Redux is going to work. User interaction happened to view. User want to add some data. User will enter some value and click on add button. So what will happen? Which action will fire? Add action will fire. Now when the add action will fire, this add action will be given to reducer. Now then you will ask, what is the reducer? So let's see what the reducer is going to do. User has given the action, this action, add action given to the reducer. Now the reducer will dispatch one action. Dispatch one action to whom? To the store. A store is something where you have stored the data. It's a place where you are storing data. Inside the React, what we have learned? Inside the React, we have learned called state management. User was filling the form and click on save button. So when the user fill the form and click on save button, when he was clicking, it was an action. What kind of action? Add action. When the user click on add button, we were sending the data to a state here. Let me open the file now. This is the state3 file. Look at here. Now book list is by default having some data. Book is the name array. Now user will come. User will click on the save button. When the user will click on save button, you are taking the value from the text box and you are giving to whom? Book list. Then what is the book list? Book list is a state variable. That meaning you are giving your data to whom? A state. Please hold my data. User has given the new value. Keep holding with you. Already you are holding PHP and Angular. Hold one more. Okay, means when the user will do the action, add action, we are sending the data to a state. For what purpose? To hold it. But the problem was in this concept, multiple component we have, multiple type of data we have, so management become difficult. Then the Redux came in the picture. The Redux is saying like, when the user has click on add button, then what to do? You don't worry, you give me your data. To whom? A reducer. It's assumed like it's a mediator in between. It's like a mediator. I will give another example to understand on that in the real world, okay? But at a technical point of view, we understand. So once you click on add button, action will be given to reducer. The reducer will understand, oh, user has clicked on add button. Now reducer will send one request. That meaning user will send one request to where? With action. So what was the action? Action was to add a value. So now one action will be dispatched. Where? To the backend. You can say under the state. I have written here. It's called a store, but I have written called a state where we are storing the data. Then what will happen? One action will be given and your record will be added here. Where? Under the state. Next time user will come. User will click on delete button. User will click on delete button. Because once you are storing the data here, your data will come and list also. Yes, here. I made one arrow key for the listing the data. So user, when the user has saved the data, with the help of reducer, one action dispatch, and that action was to add the data, and data got added under the state. Next time, next action of the user. Maybe user can add multiple times. He will enter the apple, add button. He will click the mango, click on save button. He will enter the orange, click on save button. So what will happen? User has added multiple data. So whenever he is adding, one action is getting fired, and that action is given to the reducer, and reducer is sending one request to the store, and data is getting stored under the data state. Data is getting stored under the state. Next time, whatever the data we are storing here, we are keep listing also. So maybe user can do some other action. So now user is going to do the delete the record. User will click on delete button. Now what will happen? One another type of request got fired. That is called delete action. Again, the delete action will be given to reducer. First time, what was the action? Add. It has gone to the reducer. Next time, what is the action called? Delete. It will be given to the reducer. The reducer will send again one request to the store saying like user want to delete a record. So from here one record will get deleted. Again your list page will get reload. Next time user will come, he will click on edit a record. So again action will come, edit, a request will go to the reducer. The reducer will send an action to whom? Backend, your state will edit a record. This way it is going to happen. So this action, reducer and dispatch, these three things we need to understand. Okay, so I'm going to guide you through JavaScript first. Okay, using the Redux, how to create an example where user will add the record, that record will be given to the whom? Reducer. Reducer will dispatch action and go and store here. Next time user will see the list, he will delete. Once he will delete, one action will get fired and it will go to the reducer. Reducer will talk to whom? Backend, and not backend, your state, and it will delete the record. Okay, so this photo, if you have not understood, then let me give you another example in the same page. Okay, this happened little on high level. That also not very high level. Okay. As a suppose you are a, let me go here and select other color. On internet, even people has given lot of example like this, similar example. If you see the Redux video, okay. So what is that? There is a customer. There is a one customer. Customer. There is one customer. Now this customer went to one shop. Customer will go to a shop. Like suppose myself, I will go to the big bazaar. So I am a customer. I went to the big bazaar. When I went to the big bazaar, there is a lot of products are there. Okay, up to my wish, what I want to buy, what I don't want to buy, I can buy and come back. Now, as a customer, you went to those kind of shop where you don't have any direct access. Okay, you don't have any direct access. So what you do? You went to a tea shop. Tea shop. Tea shop. Now tea shop, you don't have directly tea kept somewhere you can take and drink. What you will do? You will order here. You went to a tea shop. Inside the tea shop, what you will do? You will order over there. One second, okay. This photo went little here there. So I'll design something. This is a tea shop. You went to the tea shop, and inside the tea shop, you met with the. This is called tea shop. TSHOP. Okay, and there is the shopkeeper or tea maker, you can say. Shopkeeper. Okay. Now, after going to the shopkeeper, what you will say? You will ask, I want one tea. Right? You are going to give an action over there. You are going to give an order for one tea. One tea. You given the order for one tea. Okay. So as a user, why you went to the tea shop? Because you wanted to do something. You wanted to buy a tea. So you once you went there, you don't have option directly to make the tea. There is a shopkeeper is sitting. Now shopkeeper, what it will do? It will take your order, saying like, okay, no problem. Give me your order. You have given one action. What is the action? To take a tea. So shopkeeper taken your action. Now after that, shopkeeper will give you a token number. After that, what will happen? Your order will be dispatched. Your order will be dispatched from here. Your order will be what order? To make a tea, dispatch will happen. Dispatch will happen. What? One tea. One tea, dispatch will happen. To whom? To inside the kitchen. This is called your kitchen. Kitchen. Okay. Sorry, this words spelling went wrong. Don't mind because I never use these words. My relation is with the technical words. Okay. So a customer went to the shop, and inside the shop he given the order. What shop? Tea shop. He given an order called I want a tea. So what is the action of the user? Action of the user is to buy a tea. Now what will happen? The shopkeeper will take the action and he will dispatch the action. What is the meaning of dispatch? Don't take very hard word. Dispatch in the sense send. Request to backend. Request to backend. Backend people. For what purpose? To make the tea. Now what will happen? Here tea will be ready. Tea will be ready. Once the tea is ready, after that what will happen? Tea will come to the home shopkeeper. But how it will come? Directly from the kitchen will come to the shopkeeper? No. For once the tea is ready, after that via dispatch only, what will happen? The tea will be given to the from the shopkeeper, and from shopkeeper it will go to the customer. This design was also made like this. So here shopkeeper is working like a reducer. Reducer. Customer is coming, he is going to give an action. Action means what he want. Okay, shopkeeper is nothing but a reducer, and your kitchen is nothing but it's a store. Your kitchen is nothing but it's called a store where person is sitting, he is making the tea, he is throwing the tree, maintaining everything, right? So this becomes a what? This becomes a store. So the React, our which the Redux we have, Redux have the four difficult word and dangerous word. There the people get confused. Action meaning is what? Hey brother, action can be anything. User will click somewhere, he want to see the data. User can delete somewhere, you want to delete the data. User will update somewhere, you want to update the data. User want to click somewhere to hide the data. User action can be anything. Action is nothing but the type of interaction. Reducer meaning is what? As a action, as a user is not going to communicate directly with the store where the data is storing. In between, there is a mediator that is called as a reducer. The reducer will say, user, whatever you want, you let me know. I will communicate with the backend. I will take your action and action I will dispatch. I will send the action to the backend. Backend will take and it will process and give me the output. I will give you the output. Okay. So these two things. Now let me open the one text file. The text file document is made by someone. So reducer means what you understood? Mediator between action and store. Between action and store, it's called as a reducer. Between action and store is called as a reducer. Example, another example. Suppose you go to the cake shop. Okay, once you go to the cake shop, you can't go and directly take the cake, no? Once you go to the cake shop, you will order it. Hi, I want one cake. So once you are ordering, that becomes a action. You are giving as a action. That becomes a order. Okay. Your action, who taken? Not directly kitchen people have taken. Your order is taken by shopkeeper who is sitting on the counter. After taking your order, he will dispatch the order. Where? To the backend. Who is making the cake inside. Okay. Once the cake is ready, after that, you will get the your cake. That meaning who was in between? The reducer was in between. Who has taken your order? Okay, maybe next after half an hour you go and say, please return my cake. So who will be there? Reducer will be there. That is your shopkeeper. Okay, who is going to connect between action and you can say a store. Three things are there that we need to understand. View part is nothing but your HTML area. Store part is nothing but your state management, and reducer is nothing but in between where we are going to communicate. Okay, I want this, I want this, I want this, and dispatch is nothing but the communication between reducer and state. The communication between reducer and store. Store is nothing but your state. Let me open this text file now. This text file is not made by me; it's made by someone else. Okay, that text file I'll open. It is somewhere where is 90 page, 60, 70 page number somewhere. He has explained the reduce something. It was well explained content, so I have not made it, but I'll guide you well. Where are you? Redux. Let me open directly. Control F, Redux. Here is the Redux, Flux and Redux. Ah, here, see here. He has made very good. Look at here. It says like user will come, user interaction will happen to view. View, under the view, he will do the action, like he will click, double click here, there, something will happen. After that, what will happen? The action will get dispatched, not directly with the help of reducer. So at this place, reducer will come. Here, reducer will come. Reducer will come. A reducer will dispatch the action to whom? To the store. And from a store, some changes will happen. And again, it will go to the view. Like after modification, refresh the page. Okay, that's concept research. Let me come again in the beginning. Again, he has written very good definition for all. So let me see where is that. Build an app. Where is React context? Okay, that is something different. Patch, something here written. Calm down. React content. building app, generate the files, backpack, dependency, Redux, action. देखिए यहाँ पे here is written. Action meaning is what? A action are sent to the dispatcher. That is nothing but your which one? Reducer. To the dispatcher. Dispatcher means who is dispatching the action. Okay. To trigger the data flow, like what should be done next. Dispatcher is nothing but it is a central hub of the app, like it's the middle of your app. All the data is dispatched to the and sent to the store. Like from there, your all the data is going to the backend and coming from the that is called dispatcher. Means your reducer only. And a store is nothing but the place where the application state and logical are hold, like all the content where we are going to hold it. Okay, every store is maintained a particular state and it will be updated when needed. Like whatever the data you are storing there, it will be update and delete according to your need. View is nothing but when we receive the data and display to the user, that's called the view part. That is here. Some more description are written below. When we come to the Redux, here again he has written so many things. Okay, the photo I have designed, you can see this photo. User, view, reducer, dispatch, and then store. Same thing here is also written. View, user interaction will happen to view. Let me add here user. User interaction will happen to view. Inside the view, user will do the action. Action will be given to this reducer. A reducer will dispatch the action. User will reducer will dispatch dispatch. Reducer will dispatch the action to whom? A store. Like when you want to add the data, when you want to delete the data, as a user you came and you under the view you click on delete button. So that's becoming the action. That action will be given to reducer. Reducer will dispatch the action to a store saying like delete this data. Okay. See, this flow is saying like user will come to the view and under the view what he will do? Under the view you will click somewhere delete button. Once you will click on delete button, then delete button clicking is nothing but an action. Action got fired. Now when the action got fired, action will be given to reducer saying like user has clicked on delete button. Now reducer what it will do? Reducer will dispatch one action to whom? To a store saying like inside the store there is one data, please delete that. Okay, so after deleting that, what will happen? Again display the page, refresh the page. That's become your viewpoint. Okay, so here a reducer is working like mediator. Suppose you go to any company for interview. Now after going to the interview, what you will do? You will meet with the receptionist. So receptionist becoming a reducer. Okay, you as a user, you went to the company for what purpose? To give the interview. So giving the interview becoming an action. As a user, as a job seeker, you went to the company and you talk to the reducer directly saying like I came for an action is to give the interview. Now what imply what that this one counselor will do? Counselor will take your action and it will dispatch the action in the backend. What dispatch you will do? You went for interview, you speak to the counselor saying like, hi madam, I came for interview, UI developer. So as a user, you went here and your action is what? I want to give interview. To whom you are giving? A reducer, that is called receptionist. Now receptionist has taken your action saying like, oh Ramesh, you came for interview. Now reducer will dispatch one action. What action? He will call to a technical person inside and he will say, hi Satish, Ramesh has come for interview. That meaning is what? A receptionist has sent a request to the backend team, technical team saying like particular person has come for interview. So that is where under the store, all people are sitting under the store and they are sitting there. Okay, receive the call. You say, okay, no problem, send inside. So what will happen? Receptionist as a reducer will send you inside the store, means go inside. Now what will happen inside? Processing will happen. After processing, you will come out. So again, once you will come out, you will face with whom? Receptionist only. That is called your reducer. right? And then receptionist will say, yes, you can leave for the day, we'll update you. That is again what you came on the interface and you come. Now hope you understood reducer meaning is what? Reducer meaning is the mediator to whom you are going to talk, yes, what I want. Action meaning is what? For what purpose you have come. Dispatch meaning is what? Reducer is not whole and soul. Reducer is just a mediator between you and a store. So reducer is saying like, yes, I will take your action. Please wait for some time. I will send your action in the backend. Now backend people will say, yes, send me the action. Once the action will go inside, processing will happen. Okay. So now what is the meaning of action? How to define the action? Action is nothing but what the user want. Okay, reducer means in between, dispatch means again the order is being sent to the backend, and a store means where everything is being maintained. Okay, come down. Okay, again one more line is written. The core concept in Redux. What is that? A store hold the state data. A store, look at here. A store is holding. We are written a store. If you look into my photo, look at my photo. What I have made? I have made a store. That is nothing but where I am storing the data. A store is nothing but where you are storing the state data. Same line is written here. Same line is written here. Saying like a store is nothing but the hold the state data of your application like it is shop. Okay, a store is holding the data of the application like it is shop where everything is there. Now action is what? Action describe the changes in the state of the application, like what user want. That's called what happened, interaction by what happened. Okay, and interaction to buy. Okay, intention to buy a cake. That is called action. The same thing I have explained you. Like what is the purpose you went over there? So you went to the shop to buy a cake. That is nothing but your action. Reducer is what? Ties the store and action together. Ties means here it is saying like that control the home store and which one? Store and action together. Look at here. Look into this photo. This is called action and this is called store. In between who is that? Reducer. So that line is saying here reducer ties the store and action together. Tie the store and action together. That is called shopkeeper. Right? So reducer is nothing but the shopkeeper, and action is nothing but what you want to buy. A store is nothing but the container where you are going to store the data. Okay. Some theories are written inside this file. I'll give you. And then again, if you want to read more thing, or if anyone asks what is the meaning of a store, so a store meaning again so many lines are written here. The one store for the entire application, one store for entire application means inside one application, whatever the data we have in the store one place, hold the application state. Like in one project, state management you are doing, everything will be hold. Then allow access to a state in the by a get state. Like under the state, whichever the data we are storing, we have a function called get state. With the help of that, we can access it. See this line. Action again, so many lines. Reducer again explained in the multiple way, right? So this file I will be sharing in last all the React portion. You can go ahead. Okay. Next, after that, let me come to the conclusion next. Okay. Next, we come to the. Okay. Let me come to the conclusion. Right. So we will be writing the example. Don't worry. Let me go here and I will go here and I will create one folder JS-Redux. Create folder JS Redux 1. Create folder called JS Redux. Create a folder called JS Redux. JS Redux. फोन पे में कर दो किसके आपके 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 नंबर पे किसी और सेम नंबर में ठीक है तो आपके नंबर पर फोन कर देता हूँ okay hold on create folder you will understand it's not difficult I spoke a lot but you will understand not worry I will come to the point okay done hope you created the folder go inside the folder open cmd hope everyone is following the system open the cmd write code space dot so we are not integrating immediately our redux with the react it will become very dangerous you will not understand itself so first you are going to implement redux separate just like in the javascript and understand reducer meaning is what action meaning is what okay and many things through simple function I will guide you once if we are able to do that basic step then we will come back inside okay create a file inside okay create a file inside called example 1.html example 1.html and let me search one line saying like redux cdn wait a minute okay I'll give you the url directly cdn.js okay hold on cdn.js cloudflare is there I will give in the chat directly. Redux.main.js file. Hold on. This is the same. 3.7 I required. 3.7. 3.7.2. CDN JS dot cloudflare.com / ajax / libs / redux / 3.3.7.2 / redux.main.js file. We found here. It's called libs react redux 7.2. URL how to share. Okay. So this URL I can send directly in the WhatsApp. Okay. Setup may take some 5 minute time. Once that library, once I'll share, you can use easily. But this library URL is a little longer. Hold on. I will write somewhere. It is written in my other system. https:// after that cdn js dot cloudflare cloudflare cloudflare.com / ajax / libs / redux / 3.7.2 / redux.main.js file. Let me check this in the browser. It is running or not. If it is able to run, then you can use this and I will share you. Something went wrong. Something went wrong. What is wrong? I have written https. Yeah, this was missing. Cloud cdn.js. cdn.js. Yeah. When a Something I made mistake look like. Okay, let me compare once. https://cdnjs cdnjs.cloud f cloud cloud fl flare Cloudflare. Click now. Enter. So this is the URL. Please take this URL in your chat. This URL came to your chat. Take this. After that, example 1.html file we have created. Go here, open HTML, come inside, follow the head section. Inside, follow the script part, and script will have src equal to this URL completely. Script src equal to this URL, meaning you are not downloading directly. Once we go under the React, then we will download and install. Here directly we are connecting with the server. Okay, directly we are connecting with the server. Directly we are connecting with the server. Okay, hope ready. After that, come and create one first a table. Table or what you will create? Okay, no problem. Create table also fine. If UI is better, it will increase the confidence. Align equal to center, and self padding PA, self padding equal to some 10 12. People will ask in interview very forcefully, do you know Redux or not? Okay, so like we should be able to answer something. Caption H2 or maybe H1. Redux example 1. If anyone asks what is the Redux, you will say Redux is a library of JavaScript. I will share this documentation file now only. The documentation file I was reading and I was speaking something from here. This notes file has gone to your chat. Okay, so what I should delete from there? Okay, you need to read in the Redux part. That file is gone in there. In that file, you need to read the Redux part only. The Redux part start from somewhere. Redux start from, you can check in that Redux where it is starting. A step for routing, many things are inside. Types of routing, what is that? Okay, HTTP client get post patch. Okay, so you can read from here. Okay, method, HTTP method, select something is written. So you can start following from here. Line number 900 onwards you can read. Line number 900 onwards. Okay, 900. It's a long file, so line number 900 onwards you can read. Okay, now come inside and create one t head and write one tr also, and inside the tr keep one th called serial number. Leave it first. Follow call item name, and then you follow next th call. I can say action. User is going to do 2 action now. One, the user will add, another action user will delete. Okay, so these 2 things we are going to do. Now write another tr. Inside you write the TD, first TD, call input type equal to text, input type equal to text, and give ID, ID equal to new item, new item. Okay. Now create one more TD and create inside one button, button called save button, save button, save item. Write this much. T head is end. Start the T body. Under the T body, give just basic of ID. I guess this kind of example we are written in JavaScript also. Item list. Okay, so till here you write it. Hope you are writing. Okay, after that, now a script part we will start. So this script part we will be writing after the table. Open the script and close the script. We are going to write some JavaScript code to implement the Redux. So first CDN we have imported, means once the page will load, we will be connecting with the server. Okay, once the page will load, we will connect with the server. After connecting with the server, we will have one table, and this table have two things. Okay, let me give some width also here. Width equal to 400 nearly. Now T head we have where we are going to capture the input, and T body we have we are going to save the input. Okay, come to the script part in the last. In the script part, create a constant reducer, reducer, reducer equal to redux dot combine reducer, combine combine reducers, combine reducers. Okay, redux dot combined reducers. So redux is nothing but you have called one library here. How you used to call the import react. Similar way we have imported the redux here from their server, and inside the redux server, inside the redux class, redux the file, the JS file we have, there will be one class called redux. Inside there will be a function called combine reducers. Okay, combine reducers. Combined reducers. Okay, under this combined reducer, what we are going to do, we are going to informing to reducer. As I told you, reducer means what? Mediator. We are going to inform to the reducer what are the activity the user can do. Okay, user can do the adding and user can do the deleting. So let's go here. Spelling hope you will write properly, and camel case you will follow clearly. Keep the semicolon in the last after that. So what we did, we created a reducer, and where we call the reducer? From the combined reducers. After creating the reducer, you have to create one array. Okay, you have to create one array where you are going to store the data. Like under the React, we used to create one array, book list. Under the state to store the data. Similar way, we have to create one array here. Suppose I'll give here call all item colon. Little syntax are little complicated part, but we can manage that. all item. Okay, inside that we are going to follow inside a state, means we are defining two variable. One variable is state equal to as a array. So user can send anything, it is not fixed user what they will send. So we created a variable called state with array. And another one, we are creating one variable called action also, because user can send any action. Sometime he want to click edit button, sometime he want to delete button, so user can send any action. So we created two variable. One is called state, another one is called action. After that, you will follow the fat arrow method and follow the this one. All item we have an array that will be the part of, you can say inside we are going to see, oh, like one all item become an array where you are going to store the action also, you are going to store the data also, means all item become the container, it's becoming a complete container. Okay, now come inside. Come inside and create a variable, constant variable, usually constant variable new state equal to object dot assign, object dot assign, object dot assign, and it is just a function. Inside we will have one square bracket and we'll have one called state. Okay, this variable why we created, because we wanted to know what is the task is assigned under the new state, whether it's added, assigned, the user has click on delete button, user has click on edit button, user has click on update button, or user has click on add button, what button user has clicked. So for that we created object dot assign one function, it's a predefined function, two parameter, one is the state, complete state, and another one is one square bracket. Now come inside. So till here was the complexity. Now remaining you have the simple domain, not difficult. Okay. You are going to check now. Look at here. You are passing the parameter action also. Now you are going to check here what user is going to click, what user is going to do. You have to write if condition here. If action dot type. Type is a predefined. Type is a predefined. Action dot type. Okay. Action is a variable. It can be anything. So I have written action dot type equal to double equal to add. If the action is going to come as a add, then what to do? Do here alert, saying like it will add data. Okay, and after adding the data, it will add the data. Okay, come write one more if condition. If action dot type, like action, look at here, action, don't get confused. Action is nothing but what user is going to send inside. Okay, whether user will click, user is going to call this all state variable, and inside he will be doing something. So inside what he will do, sometime he will click on button add, so we will send add. When he will click on remove, delete, we will send as a remove. So if else we are writing now action dot type, action dot type equal to double equal to, we are writing, we are checking what he is doing, remove, then keep alert here, call alert, it will remove item. So these two tasks we are given. Okay, what are that? One is called add the item, another one is called two tasks only we are given. To the reducer, whichever the reducer we have, to the reducer we given two tasks, saying like if the parameter will come as a add, then you do the add functionality. If the parameter come as a remove, then do the remove functionality. And finally what you do, return new state variable which we have created just now. Yes, EW new state. New state in the sense after action, after like suppose you added. So after adding something happened, return that. After deleting, again return something. So that page will get reloading after adding also and after reloading, deleting also. So till here your reducer task is done. Okay. The reducer task is done. So reducer task meaning is what? I will tell you in the real world. Okay. Reducer task meaning is what? You open an office. After that, you hire one receptionist. And after hiring the receptionist, you explain him saying like, if someone will come and he will say add, then you call me. Someone will come and he will say delete, remove, then also you call me. So what we did, we created a reducer, nothing but we hire a receptionist, and after that we given the two type of training, we added two type of conditions saying like if suppose someone will come and he will say I want to add something, then do particular task. If suppose someone will come and say I want to remove something, then particular. So what you did, you given one complete task to the reducer, you train to the reducer saying like in my project there will be two tasks. One is called add, another one is called delete. Okay. So what are the type of action we added here? One action is to add, another action is to remove. Come down after that. I will send you this much code in your chat. This much code will come in your chat. Okay. Now go down next. 8:30 already. We need to do fast. Now create a store where you are going to store the data. Okay. So create a variable called const store only. Store equal to store equal to Redux. Again, the library you need to call that you have called Redux dot create a store. Create a store. Redux dot create a store, and inside the store you give the permission to reducer. So we created a store, and inside the store now this reducer we can reducer. Reducer is the variable. Like suppose you hire one receptionist, you given the training, you given the full idea what to do, when to do, and after that to the receptionist you are giving like whenever anyone will come with add or remove functionality, then you have the full permission to go to the store and discuss something. Okay. So receptionist is nothing but your reducer, and when a user come, he will say add, then he will he will add and he will send the action to where? A store. So what we did with the help of a reducer, we created a store. We created a store, and inside the store we given the permission to reducer, saying like you can add also, you can delete also, you can do anything. Okay. So reducer got full permission now. That's becoming a parameter now. Come down below. Okay. And first we can add a function called delete, and we can add a function called add to test it whether it's happening or not. Okay. Now write a constant called add item. Add item equal to add arrow method you will follow. Fat arrow method you will follow, and inside the fat arrow method you will say store dot dispatch. Store dot dispatch. Store dot dispatch. Like Now action will come, user will come, we will click on add button. We will call the add item function. When add item function will call, then we are going to send one request. We are going to call, we are going to send a request to whom? We are calling the action is going to fire. When the action is going to fire, we have to send the action to whom? To restore with the help of which function? Dispatch function. Now let's do. Here, see what parameter we are given? Add. You are going to write the same here. Okay. Type is nothing, but you have to write here called add. Look at here, you are checking on the top now. Action dot type equal to add. That only we added here. Type as a add, and then inside data will come from where? Data will come from here. Item colon document dot docu document dot get element by id, get element by id. Where we want to pick the value? We want to pick the value from HTML. What is the id? id is given as a new item. Look at here, new item dot value. New item dot value. So look now, what you did when we will call the function. Which function? Add item function. We are calling the store. Inside the store, we have a function called dispatch. But under the store, already have sent the reducer. Under the store, already reducer is sitting saying like, whenever any action will come, I will see the action and accordingly I will do the activity. So we say like store dot dispatch. What? Type as a add an item. Item in the sense what? What you want to add. So take the value from the text box. Take the value from the text box. And finally, after that, we have to write a function called render function to list it. Call a function called list item. So item, this function we have to write. So item function, we wrote it here. For what purpose? To reload the list. Reload the list after dispatch. Dispatch the action. From here, you are sending the action. What is the action? As a add. And what is the content? We are sending as a action. Now come down below. We'll write a function called list item. Quickly write a function called, hope you have written this, add item. I will send you this function in your chat. Through JavaScript, if you understand this Redux, then through React will be easy. Else, suppose this much code, if you write directly in the Redux, it will be such a difficult and so big dangerous. People will see, okay, they will say like, okay, I will not learn the Redux. That kind of feedback will come. So before that, first learn the Redux separate with JavaScript. Understand dispatch what is doing here. See, dispatch what is doing, store dot dispatch. Now action will happen, type as a add, when the type add will happen, one, so action will fire here. Action will fire here. After action we are going to do that, and finally your data will be sent to the where? Store finally. It will store dot dispatch. We are calling the function and we are passing the value to the store directly. And under the store already you have sent the reducer to maintain the data, which data to skip the where, which data to give them. Now come down, write this function, then it will be clear next. Now come down and write here call constant so item. So item. One or two function once we create, you will clear. Nothing to worry on that. 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, we can create this example ready. Now look at there. You have sent your data to a store. Let's fetch here. First to create a variable called data. Data equal to empty. Keep it empty. After that, now call here a constant state data. Whichever the data we have sent into the state or store data, Right here called store data, store data equal to store dot get state, get get state, because you have sent your data under the store, and under the store who is sitting under the store, we have a function called get state. Get state is maintaining your data. Okay, so from the get state we call and we pass to where? A store data variable. Now we will write the simple map function here. A store data dot map, a store data dot map, and right here item name and comma index. Come down below, data equal to data plus equal to, I can generate the tr here, and finally I can close the tr, because we need to send to the browser. Or let's do one thing, in this page shall we display under the table or somewhere else? Table look like will be difficult again directly. So okay, no problem. Come here and don't follow this one tr, follow paragraph, understand first logic. HTML, from HTML your code will become heavy, so there will be, like you can say, some different kind of print item name, simple item name. Okay, map function is going to run here. So map function, you are clear. Store.map, right? We are fetching here, we can use the for each also. So I have not follow the for each function, is unknown. I follow the known function only, that's map function. Now get store.get, look at here. Here add item, what is doing? Add item is saying store.dispatch, like send to a store. And another place store.get state means in a store whatever the data I have sent, let me take and store under the variable, and from there run the map. After that you write a line, document dot get element by id, which id? Item list dot inner html equal to that data variable. Item list dot inner html equal to data variable. I will send you this file also. See, I have customized this code. Okay, this code, even I am also the new learner of the Redux, but I have seen multiple different type of scenario, and according to your standard I have customized it. Okay, then I thought no, first we need to give them idea on Redux with the Javascript. Okay, how they can send the data to the store, how they can get from the store, how they can dispatch the data. Dispatch, get, store, reducer, meaning we need to understand. Okay, directly in the React we can't understand, it's difficult. So see, now one function you wrote to save the data, another function you wrote to list the data. But where is the data? My question is, where is the data? Data is inside the store. And store, how you have created? With the help of redux.create store. And within a store we have set the reducer already to maintain it. Okay, and reducer is going to work in between. So hope you have written this function. Now come down, we have to do some more things still. 2-3 more lines codes are pending now. After that your listing and saving will happen. Okay, add item function. See, to a store you are dispatching two things, add and this one. Can you see that? Right, now I am going to call this function add item function. Add item function we are going to, I have sent in chat in the code, sorry, code I have sent in your chat. So now come and add function, add item function, call for this button, click on, click equal to on, click equal to call the get item function here, simple. Okay, and then this redux and item index I have written. See, I am going to remove this table. The table I am going to remove, just I will be keeping. Okay, hold on. Don't remove the table. And this part here only close the this Don't write the T body. T body don't write, and this T body I'll cut from here. Rolex. After table, I'll keep a division. And for the division, we will give as a div and div. Please modify that. Inside the div, you can write here close the table and open the div and close the div. Okay, item list. Hope you created. On button click, you call the this one add item. Now after that, understand the flow once. Okay, let's understand the flow. So HTML part, hope you modified. Table you close, T head you close, T head is open close, and table is closed. Division open close, ID equal to item list. ID equal to the given item list. Now coming down. First we created two action. One is called add, another one is called remove. After that we created a store. Inside the store we are sending the data here, and from a store we are listing the data here. Okay. Now show item is here. Let me run this page now. Directly you can run this page. Okay. Redux example one. Let me run this file directly. Jai Ganesh, it should work. We can see the text box. I got the text box. Let me open console also. Any error or no any error? Okay, one under error. So many. Saying obj assign is not a function. Object assign is not a function. Hold on. Where is that? Even I was also doubting on that. Object assign is not a function. No problem. We can find. Assign.
Sir, assign spelling ASSI.
Ah, ASSIGN. ASSIGN. Object assign not a function. Okay, let's check now. Still you have the error or no error? Okay, it's saying there is no error. Okay, I will click on this button directly. Suppose I enter something. I enter something, and I'll click on button. Click on button. When I click on button, I should expect an alert. It's saying like it will add data. See that? Look at here inside the code. When we click on button, we call the function add item, and we send action type as the add, and we are sending here item. Item still we have not added inside the array. Okay, look at here. Then as soon as I click here, what happened? It's saying it will add item. Now what we need to do? We have one state. Inside the state, we need to push the item. Okay, so let me go here and please check once how many of you are getting alert. Anyone who is getting alert, or shall I share the file? I share the file. Okay, I share the file. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Okay, so we got the alert here. Okay, now after that, new state you have already made here. New state. Let's go here. Okay, so at this place now where we are getting the alert. Okay, alert let it be because still we are the new learner. So alert should be there. Then we'll get to know, oh, it came here. Okay, now let's keep here new state. New state dot. You remember how to push inside the array? New state dot push. New state dot push. Now, what is the new state? New state is holding the first parameter as a value and second parameter your old state. Okay, look at here. This state is nothing but your old state value. What is the data was stored under the store? That is the here. And the square bracket is nothing but your empty, the empty value. So what we are going to pass here? New state dot push. Inside the push, look down here. What are the things you are dispatching? You are dispatching two things. One is called type that we have checked already here. Action dot type is add. Another what you are sending item. You are sending item. So what you will do? You will write here action dot item. Action dot item. Now look inside the action dot item. What you are getting here inside the action? We have dispatched the action. Under the action, what we have? Two things we have. One is called type of action, another one is called value. Right? So look there. New item will come stored under the item. So what you did here? Under the new state dot push action dot item. That meaning the value of text box. Action dot item. Action dot item is value from text box. Okay, that's all. After that, you can see list will happen. After that, listing will happen. We are calling here, and again after adding this, once the dispatch will happen. After dispatch, we are calling the show item. So item will read the data and display inside the page. Read the data and display inside the page. Write this line. New state dot push. New state dot push. New state dot push. Hope you saw that. Let me go here and check now whether my page is going to work now. I'll refresh it and I'll add here called Apple. Click on save. Item will add. Some error is coming still. Okay. Store data map is not a function. Yeah, it's got added, but it's unable to fetch. Store dot map is not a store data dot map. Okay. So it is adding here. There is no problem with this. Here while fetching we have problem. What we have problem? Store dot get item function we have called. Let me see once. I made a mistake something. Render item store state dot store dot get item. Store dot get state we have called. It's fine. Store dot get state we have called. That is correct only. Oh, we cannot run directly like this. Okay. Here is the mistake. Look at there. What problem we have? The problem is this. So saving part is happening. There is no problem in the save. We have variable called our array. The data you are storing under the Redux store. Store name is this one. All item. The name is all item. Okay. So all item. What we have made mistake here. Saving is happening. While fetching the data, we are written store dot all item store dot all item dot map. Okay, inside the store data we have a variable called all item. We need to run the map function for that. Let's write here all item dot map. We apply and save. Listing will happen easily. Save and list will happen. Check now. copy added store dot all item dot map. Let me go and see. While listing, it was throwing the error. Now let me add the apple. Item will add. Perfect. See, apple came here. Mango. Save. Mango will come here below. Orange. And then save. See, orange will come below. Right? So using Redux now, it is getting added. Where? Under the store. Now understand here what is happening. We have created a store. A store name is called all item, right? And we have a store under the where a Redux store, and finally the type of action we have defined here, either adding or removing, adding or removing. After that, we called here a function called add item. It's going to add. So we have called another function called list. It's fetching here. Okay. Now I will share you this file, example1.html. Example1.html will come in your chat.